Hello, my dear friends. It's quite a windy day today again, so I found a little ditch where I'm hiding from the wind, and I'm right by the lake, so there's even more wind out here. But I think I wanted to deliver you the message for today, and just wanted to say that I'm proud of you and all the work that you're doing. I'm proud of what you set out to do in this world, in this lifetime, as a light being, as a so-called chosen one. You know, you are powerful, you are marvelous, and you have a lot of potential in this world. You know, when we've been dropped into this existence, I think that we weren't told what we're supposed to do here. We were just put here and we're meant to figure it out ourselves. I don't know, maybe some people are so woke or awake that they already know what it is that they have to do in this world. Some of us don't. Some of us need to figure it out bit by bit. And it's almost like the more you are confused, the more you are lost, the more you feel like you don't know what you're doing, almost the better it is, because when you're lost and confused, you are learning. When you know what you're doing and everything's sure and everything's right and everything's going the right direction, it's not necessarily that it's a good thing. We might need to do some changes in that case, because if you're not learning, then you're comfortable. And if you're comfortable, then what's the point? You know? I mean, there is a point. Sometimes you need a rest. Sometimes you need to recover. Sometimes you need to find your balance, find your ground, find your people, find your peace. I don't know, recently I've been having a lot of good chats with my grandma. I get inspired at hers recently, actually. When I go to her place, she makes me food. She always has food on the go, like something prepared for me. And you know, it's a beautiful thing that I still have a grandma and a grandpa, but they're from, dad and mom, so they're not together. But I still have grandparents, and looking at their generation, I thought that I was crazy because I didn't want to have kids. And it's not like I don't want to have kids, it's not happening now, But I listened to my grandma's story, and she was like, we were crazy. She's like, when my first child was born, my aunt, she said to me, when my first child was born, we didn't even have a place to come back to, like they weren't, they didn't have a place that they were renting. So how crazy is that? I mean, they didn't have a place to live, but they had children, So who's crazy? The one that doesn't want to have kids, or thinks that, kids is something that you do in later life? or the one that has kids and don't have a place to come back to, like, a flat, like they weren't renting or something. They didn't have a place that they were renting. I mean, just the view behind me is something amazing. Like, look at that white tree there. It looks like it's white, but I mean, it's just in the sunlight, I think. And maybe my camera is a bit dirty, so no, it's that beautiful. It's perfect. So you might be crazy that thinking that you need to let go of some people in your life. You might be thinking that you're crazy because of that, but I don't think so. You might be crazy thinking that you need to quit your job or start a new job that has nothing to do with your hobbies or what you like to do. But do that. Be crazy. Be crazy and do the things that make you scared. I was scared to come back to Lithuania. I was scared to come back to my hometown. But I did it, I know it sounds crazy. Why are you scared to come back home? Well, why do we leave home? Why? Maybe we leave home way too early. Maybe we're not even fully grown when we leave home, We go out there and we try to figure it out, and I don't know. Maybe we'll never be fully grown. I think that's the latter is the case, Once you got the knack for living, for life, some people figure it out early, some people don't figure it out at all, I think. So once you got the knack for it, trying to cover this sunlight because I don't know if you can see me at all, then you can go out and live life, But if you don't have the knack for life, if you haven't figured it out, then what are you doing? Where are you going? Where are you running? What's the thing? I've been having some weird dreams recently where I can't fully remember them, but they're pretty wild. I don't know about you, how you guys been doing, but feel free to let me know in the comments. And if you like what you're hearing, subscribe. It will help me grow this channel and help me be more confident, just a tiny bit, but it still really helps to continue with this journey on YouTube, which is quite exciting. Nearly 300 subscribers. I'm super grateful to you guys. Thank you so much, because when I started this, I didn't know what I'm doing. Now, I don't even know what I'm doing even more. So, I guess it's just all going for the better. The less we know, the more we know, maybe. Now I know that I don't know anything. And every day I keep finding more and more out that I don't know. Guess what? I found out today that I don't know anything. Again. Yeah, if you think what's wrong with me is schizotypal personality disorder, but I don't think that there's anything wrong with me. No, I think that there's things wrong with me, but I don't know. I don't see them as negative things. I see them as positive, and I think you should do that too with your life. I think you should figure out that what you're good at and keep doing it, even and you will feel like disoriented anyway. If you're creating art, if you are a creative like myself, you will feel disoriented all the time. But at least you're gonna have that painting in front of you or whatever you're doing in front of you, and you're gonna be proud that you're doing something. I recently had an exhibition opening, and And I realized, like, I need to do these things. I don't want to do them, but I need to do them. So I started to prepare properly for a show and figured out what I want to do. Now I'm doing it, kind of. So figure out what you want to do and do it well, or just do it a lot. So then you will do it well. And I believe in you, and I know that you can do it. So if you need any encouragement, drop a comment, question, or whatever, and I will answer. And thank you for being in this world. Thank you for being on this planet and shining on, and continue to shine, because you are worth it. You are powerful. Don't forget that. You are blissful. You are amazing. And it's getting quite windy out here, so I will finish now. But just wanted to say that don't give up. Never give it up. So, love you guys. And peace be upon you and your beloved ones. May all the wars in the world end. Let's meditate on that. Meditate on your own peace. Love you. Take care. Peace.